Today on One Man Garage, we're going to do a burnout. Hit it! Today on One Man Garage, we're going to fix this one wheel peel into a two wheel peel. Hit it! So I've got the star chief in position. I don't normally do it in this position, but I read it in a book. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so it's going to be like the first 100-degree day today. So I'm just going to take my time doing this so we can get the axles out in here in a little bit. But hopefully we'll start doing that tire undercoat on the quarters on both sides next time. You got to get yourself a Milwaukee 18-volt cordless impact. These are great for traveling, dropping your phone. So getting up under here so I can take the dry shaft off so I can bust the pinion nut loose, I was noticing my wrench wouldn't fit a 1/2-inch nut for these U-bolts, and I was like, well, that's weird, that's never happened before. And then I realized this thing has right here, it has the sheet metal lock deal like you find on exhaust manifold bolts that the factory puts so the bolts don't back off, and they just bend it over the flat side of the nut. And I have never ever ran into a Pontiac or old GM car this car has apparently never had the dry shaft out. This car has 55,000 original miles. So wow. So anyway, I got to bend that sheet metal back with a screwdriver, and then I can put the wrench on it, it'll fit. So I had to take a picture of that. So got that U-joint loose, and we're about to put the 1 1/4 socket with the impact on here and try to get that. I don't know, is that going to line up? Let's just try this. I don't even know if it's in the right spot, but we'll figure it out later. No trouble for this Milwaukee tool. I'll have to get a puller to get that off. We'll get back on that in a minute. So on these BOP rear ends, which this is the large BOP for the big car, it's actually a 12-bolt ring gear inside a 10-bolt cover. For the full-size cars, they have bolt-in axles. There's 4 nuts to take off with a retainer plate. Got the nuts off. They have the hole here in the axle to get the socket through. And I usually use the drum backwards as a slide hammer. I do have a homemade slide hammer, but we're going to try to show the old school way, because we got to pull the axles out to get the gears out, because this does not have C-clips on the inside like a Chevrolet would. So we'll see how that works. And just get 2 nuts on here loose, just a few threads. So you have a little room to slam it. See how that worked? Just get a little inertia. Comes right out. No extra tools required. This is a large 31 spline axle, heavy duty. So this is actually a stronger axle than a 12-bolt Chevrolet. So take that, one Pontiac guys. 31 spline factory. No C-clips. Hello. So pinion seal installed, cleaned the bearing, looked at it, it's all good. That's a 2043 seal. Same as a later corporate 8.5 10-bolt. Gears are out. Got old shims there. You have the shims down there and the old one. Here's the single track stuff. Came out. I'm gonna take a little break because it's hot. Got the pinion cleaned up. We're using the bearing that was on it. It's in good condition, and the shim behind it will match everything, so we won't have any pinion depth issues. I've put red grease on the outside for the new seal, and then I use this non-hardening white Teflon for the inner splines so it won't seep oil. So you grease the outside of the yoke and then use the sealant on the inside straight splines. So as you see, that is a 10-bolt cover. 10-bolt cover, but this is actually a 12-bolt because it's the ring gear that determines it's a real 12-bolt. See? That's 12-bolt, and that's 8.8 and 75 inches, same as a 12-bolt Chevelle, but it's a Pontiac and has bigger 31 spline axles versus 30 splines. And the Chevelle has C-clip retention of axles, and this Pontiac has bigger 31 splines of bolt-in, safer and bigger and stronger. So, granted, these things don't grow on trees, but they are very strong. So, there's still good old used ones out there, so you can have a little power under the hood and have a little fun with your Pontiacs. So, don't have to worry about breaking these too much. Well, the gears are in. Double check some torque on the caps. It's got a nice, it's barely detectable, nice little backlash. I can tell just from experience that that is dead on. Very minimal. Turns nicely, slight preload. Covers got some silicone drying, wipe the grease off. The when available, reuse your limited slip differential lubricant only tag. That's what we used to call the Posi tag. You'd find on 10-bolt cover type rear ends, 12-bolt, 10-bolt. 12-bolt Chevelles are different. They have a red plastic tag on the fill plug on the side, but your Pontiacs and your 10-bolt Chevys and Oldsmobiles with a 12-bolt cover have that. You can see the preload springs. These Pontiac 12 bolts actually use the same clutches as a 12-bolt Chevelle, so these are rebuildable units. So the standard 12-bolt replacement clutches are the same, so it's good to know. So this is not a, you know, use it till it's bad like an Auburn and chunk it. We'll check back later. Well, looky here, we got a tag, fixing to put oil in it. Let's do the old, oh yeah, looky here. Backward, backward, forward, forward. That's what I'm talking about. How's that trick, John? Well, folks, the Posi traction unit works. Just put some gas in it, took it for a drive, and put it up. I'm hot, man. It's pretty hot out. I'm gonna go take a shower, cool off. But it's got two-wheel peel action, and you know, we like to do that on all the cars at OneManGarage. Check back, share, subscribe. Thank you.